citizens, help has arrived, because I am here. Now can I get a hell yeah?
Yo, what is up, my bubbly boys? Back here with another video. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Today we are going to be doing a complete post-Supreme Darkness live twin Fiendsmith combo guide. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a variety of combos in order to improve your game and perhaps even win a YCS because live twin best deck. Let's go! And now before we get started, you already know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we are trying to reach 500 subscribers, so I greatly appreciate it. And if you consider doing so, and the best part, it's free. Let's not waste any more of your valuable time and hop right into the combo number one. Just a quick disclaimer, this is the deck list I'm using for this video and showcasing combos with. This is not 100% yet, so please don't take this list to heart, but this is a decent list to start off with, so if you'd like to, you can copy it and try the deck out for yourself. Alrighty, so welcome to combo number one. This is going to be a one-card combo showcasing any live twin monster. This could be Keyskill, Lila, Sunny Snitch, Secret Password, any live twin monster or any card to get to your live twin monsters. So in this combo, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go normal summon Lila, activate this effect, and summon back Keyskill, okay? And we're going to link it to Keyskill over here. Please put in an extra monster zone. And we're going to go ahead and link into our copy. Summon back the Lila. Now we're going to go ahead and link in our copy on our Requiem. And Requiem is going to summon back Lacrima. Lacrima then sends an engraver from deck to grave, because we need it for our Desiree play, right? So Lila then summons back Keyskill. Keyskill will go ahead and draw a card. And then we could draw basically any hand shot. It doesn't really matter what we draw here because it's going to be discarded anyways, as you see later on in the video. And after that, we're going to be able to go Trouble Sunny summon back two twins. Then we're going to link it to Yama. Yama add to Shavar. Then after that, we could summon back the engraver from our grave, shuffling back the Requiem. And then after that, we can link these two into a Rage and pop the Rage with our Shavar. This is very important here because now we could go ahead and go Yama effect first and a Rage second. Reason why I'm doing this is because you really want your Yama to resolve, so that we can summon back the Trouble Sunny from grave. And basically with this sequencing in specific, this helps you play around a Bell, right? As Bell is getting kind of popular in today's format. And we do go ahead and grab ourselves a engraver, since the Rage adds any fiend from graveyard to hand. And then after that, with Yama, we're going to summon back the Keyskill specifically. So we're not going to be summoning out the Trouble Sunny. Specifically, we need any Link 2. So this could be any Link 2 in your grave, as long as it's not the Trouble Sunny. Very important here. Next, we're going to go ahead and activate Fiendsmith Engraver. This is going to grab Tracked. Then Tracked will go ahead and grab the Lurie, discarding the Lurie. And then after that Lurie effect, of course, mandatory effects, is going to summon himself. Link these two off into sequence. And then Shavar's effect will go ahead and set the Abominable Chamber of the Unchained from the deck. Now we're going to go ahead and go with sequence effect. Shuffle back 3 Light Fiends from the graveyard in order to summon out Desiree. And next after that, we're going to go ahead and link these two monsters off for a Baoku, the new card that came out in Supreme Darkness. This card is absolutely insane for this deck, since it gives you a really, really good follow-up, plus extra interruptions as well. And it does get you back your Trouble Sunny. So we're going to go ahead and discard, banish itself, discard a card in order to summon back the Trouble Sunny, which is really, really nice. So that's why we didn't summon back the Trouble Sunny earlier, because we were going to summon back anyways with a Baoku, and we needed a link 2 in order to go into a Baoku. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and go sequence, equip the self to the Desiree. And then after that, this is our end board here. So, of course, we do have 4 other cards in hand, since this was a 1-card combo. So this could be any combination. These cards, even if they're useless, it's fine. So something like Full Lost going first, it's not that bad. Because then after that, you could go ahead and use it as discard fodder off of your Baoku, which isn't that bad at all. And if you can't use it as discard fodder, what you could do is put it back on the bottom of the deck if your Baoku does end up surviving until the next standby phase. Because remember, this draws cards and places cards from the hand to the bottom of the deck, right? So this is really our end board. So what do we have here actually? So we have a Baoku, which can discard a card and pop a card reveal. We have a Trouble Sunny to send back to 2 twins. Now, reason why we ended it on a Baoku instead of Nightmare Griffin. So reason why I don't really like Nightmare Griffin in today's format is because it loses hard to something like X Rizio. Exorizio, basically what it does is sends the Mirror Logic aggregator from extra deck to grave, summons itself, and then after that, Mirror Logic then would negate our copy of Griffin. So Griffin would definitely do nothing here, but with the inclusion of a Baoku, what you can do is you can go ahead and pop the X before they try to negate the Baoku, so that way they lose a body. They lose a level 4 body, so that's one less body going into a detonator or a duo drive or whatever. And as well as it can dodge a lot of things, right? It can banish itself to summon back something from the grave. It gives you a ton of follow-up, unlike a Griffin. I mean, Griffin still gives you somewhat follow-up, but not as good as a Baoku. And still, Baoku gives you a bunch of cards that you could draw too. It's absolutely insane. I prefer Baoku over Griffin anyways, because it's not very good against Malice. It's not good against Ryziel. And if it's not good against those decks, you're not really winning, right? And so we do have a Trouble Sunny that summons back to 2 twins. Lila then destroys a card. Kisco draws a card. We have Kisco Frost that also can draw a card. We have Abominable Chamber that can summon back the Rage, and then Rage effect can go ahead and link with our opponent's monster into SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight has, though you could use potentially both effects. And then after that, you also have Desiree that can negate, and you have whatever hand traps you have in your hand as well. So this is a lot of interruptions. So this is a potential 12 interruptions. If like, just say if you drew a bunch of hand traps that were live, and a guaranteed 7 interruptions with a 1-card combo. So you have a guaranteed interruptions for about every card in your opponent's hand. And if they use hand traps, that's even better, because then after they have less cards in hand, your board might not be as powerful, but still it's enough to probably not let your opponent play the game, which is absolutely insane. But remember, this was the 1-card sub combo, so this next combo is going to be absolutely insane. So let's hop right into combo number 2. Alright, so welcome to combo number 2. In this combo, we are showcasing a 2-card combo in which you are opening a copy of Lila and a Kiska Frost, right? So in this case, we're going to go ahead and normal summon Lila. And just so you know, by the way, this combo is a guaranteed 8 disruptions, not counting hand traps. And so in this case, we're going to normal summon Lila, activate Kisco. Normal summon Lila, summon back the Kisco from the deck. And next, we're going to link these two off. We're not going to summon Frost yet. This is very important, because now we're going to go ahead and summon back the use Kisco effect, summon back the Lila. Then we're going to link into Requiem. This is a bit familiar. If this is a bit familiar, this is going to be very close to the same combo as last combo. So we're going to speed through this real quick. Kisco goes ahead and draws a card. I send it to grave by accident. My bad. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and go Trouble Sunny. Trouble Sunny will then go ahead and summon back the 2 twins, and then after that we shall go ahead and summon back the Frost here. Very important here, because this is the last point where you'll be able to have the Lila on board. So you need to be able to go ahead and Frost here. You have to Frost here no matter what. And after that, you're going to go to Yama. Yama grabs the Shavar. And now, since we have a body on board, we don't have to use the effect of Engraver in our grave. So this is very important here, because now we can go ahead and link these two off for a copy of Rage. And then after that, Shavar can pop the Rage, summon back to Shavar. And we're going to use these 2 effects here. We also activate the Rage here, grabs back the Engraver. Remember, another Link 2. We need a Link 2 on board. And next after that, we're going to go Engraver here, grabs the Tract. And then Tract, summon back the Lurry. Summon back this card Lurry, and the Lurry summons stuff back, of course. And then after I go in Sequence goes ahead and Fusion summons right after we set the trap from deck, which is going to be the Abominable Chamber. And after that, we're going to go ahead and Fusion summon here, specifically into Aerial Eater. So we shuffle back the Trouble Sunny. Okay, very important here. We shuffle back the Trouble Sunny, because we need the Requiem Engrave, we need the Lacrima Engrave, and we need the Engraver Engrave. This is extremely important here, right? So we shuffle back the Trouble Sunny, since it is a Life Fiend. So we shuffle back with the Lurry in order to summon out Aerial Eater. Aerial Eater would then send an Engraver from our deck to grave. This is very important here, because this gives us material that we can use in order to shuffle something back to summon back on our Engraver. So we're going to summon back the Engraver, and then after that, we're going to X these into our DDD Wave Hiking Caesar. Next, we're going to link these 2 into a Baoku. And a Baoku can banish itself, discarding a card, and summon back the Trouble Sunny. I mean, some back to Kisco because we don't have the Trouble Sunny. I forgot. So yes, this is still plenty of disruption here. Also, what you can do is you can link into a Baoku before you activate the effect of Engraver in the graveyard. So that way you can save an Engraver engrave and actually should sell back to sequence, because you need to sell back to sequence anyways, just to keep your materials and resources going, right, and have everything recycled. So that was a misplay on my part. And this is basically your end board here. So our end board here consists of a very powerful board here. Plus, remember, this is a 2-card combo, so we still have 3 other cards in hand. And let's see what we actually have here. So we have a Frost Engrave. Since we have an Evil Twin, we could draw a card if our opponent has a card from deck to hand. We also have a Baoku, which can discard a card and pop a card on board. We have Kisco that can summon back a Lila. Lila can destroy a card. And we have 2 negates on Caesar that can negate and destroy anything that special summons a monster. And after that, we have a Chamber that can go ahead and summon back to Rage. Rage can go ahead and link it to Little Knight. Little Knight has 2 effects in which can banish cards. And we also have Lacrima that can shuffle itself back, summon back the Requiem. Requiem effect can go ahead and trigger itself. You have to do the Rage before you do the Lacrima play, or so you're not going to have room on your board, by the way. And unless like you go ahead and go Baoku, summon back the Lacrima instead of popping a card, that's also a play you could do, so we could save your Rage if you wanted to. Next after that, you could go ahead and go Lacrima. Lacrima sends the Fiendsmith of Paradise. This is a new card I implemented into the deck. And Fiendsmith of Paradise can go ahead and trigger, sending the Desiree. Desiree shuffles back the Requiem in order to send a card on field to graveyard. So this is a guaranteed 8 disruptions, 1 more interruption guaranteed other than the 1-card combo, and it's up to 11 in total if you're counting hand traps. If you drew hand traps, remember, your hand traps are not guaranteed, so I don't like to guarantee them. But we are playing a lot of hand traps, so there are going to be times where you're going to be drawing upwards from 2 to 3 hand traps, so you can use those as disruptions as well. So this can be up to 11 in total. All right, this is very, very powerful combo, and I do have 1 more combo to showcase you, so let's go ahead and go right on into it. Alrighty, so for the last and final combo for today's video, we are going to be showcasing a combo using our 1 live to monster and plus an engraver, right? So we're going to go ahead and normal summon Lila. Activate the effect is going to go ahead and summon back the Kisco. Then we're going to link these 2 off for a Evil Twin Kisco. Kisco summons back to Lila. We're going to then link this off for a copy of Requiem. Requiem will then activate, summoning back the Lacrima. And the Lacrima sends the Fiendsmith in Paradise very specifically, because we already have the Engraver in hand, so what we could do, we could discard it, and that would give us the Fiendsmith Engraver engrave. So this is very important here, that we send the Fiendsmith in Paradise, so we don't have to have the whole Lacrima Requiem play, because setup, because that way we already have it engraved, so we don't really need to do all that good stuff. So we can actually shuffle things back from our graveyard. And this combo actually plays around board breakers very well. So like the previous combo didn't play around board breakers very well. The other 2 combos do, because you do end on Desiree. So just note that if you're going for that second combo, you aren't playing around board breakers. So if you know you're playing into hand traps or stuff like that, just know that that is a possibility you can do. So next we're gonna go ahead and discard the engraver. This summons back to Lurie. Lurie goes ahead and summons itself, and we're gonna go link the Lurie and the Lila off for a Lacrima. I mean for a Yama. We're keeping the Kisco on field. And next after that, we're gonna link these 2 off for a Rage, and Shavar will pop the Rage. Summon back to Shavar. Yama and Shavar and Rage here. So if you want guaranteed follow-up, you use the Rage effects here. Okay, this is very important here. If you want guaranteed follow-up, you use the Rage here. You do not have to. If you were to use the Rage, you grab back the Lacrima, right? Because you do need the Engraver engrave in order to fusion summon into our copy of Desiree. So if you do use Rage's effect, you will have to shuffle back Trouble Sunny. You will not have Trouble Sunny in addition to your board, because then you need to shuffle back for the Desiree fusion or whatever, right? Because you won't have Lacrima engraved to use as fusion material, right? So if you do not care about having Trouble Sunny on the field and you just want the key skill, then you go and grab your guarantee follow-up, okay? It all depends on your preference, okay? So next after that, oh, you also do miss out on a draw. So as you can see here on my little notepad over here, you do miss out an extra draw because you won't have Trouble Sunny on board. But Rage will add back Lacrima, which when that will give you guaranteed follow up for the next turn, just in case, right? So even if your opponent does push through your board, you still have a guaranteed follow up, which is very, very nice. But I'm going to show you the combo what you do if you don't grab back the Lacrima. But I do personally prefer you add the Lacrima, right? You're only missing out on draw. Like, what's the draw going to do to you, right? You draw enough in this deck as it is, so missing out on one draw isn't going to be that bad, right? So we're going to go ahead and set the Abominable. And after that sequence, goes ahead and shuffle back 3 monsters in our grave. So we're going to shuffle back the Lacrima, the Requiem, and the Engraver in order to summon back Desiree. We're gonna link these 2 off for a Baoku. Then we're then gonna equip the sequence to Desiree, and a Baoku summons back to Trouble Sunny, and we go ahead and grab back the Baoku on end phase. So what do we actually have for a combo here? Oh, so we also discard a card off of Baoku, right? So what do we actually have here, right? So what we have here is 3 other cards to hand. Remember. And we do have a guaranteed 8 interruptions, I believe. I do want to say we have a guaranteed 8 interruptions. So we have Frost that could draw a card. We have a Baoku that could discard and pop. We have Trouble Sunny that summons back to 2 twins. Lila goes ahead and pops a card. And Kisco draws a card. As you could see, this is more like of a makeshift version of Detonator, Rizio Detonator, because we have 2 pops on our board, which is absolutely insane. So the Detonator at home, let's go. And next after we also have the Desiree and then the Abominable Chamber, which can summon back the Rage, and Rage can go ahead and link our opponent's monster into a SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight then banishes another card on board. We also have the addition of Paradise. In this version, I am playing 2 Desiree, so this is where the double Desiree does come up, because you have 1 Desiree in your board and 1 Desiree that you need to send off of your extra deck. And okay, so this is 7 interrupts, but is better into board breakers. Okay, gives you optional guarantee follow up, and it's a potential 11 interruptions. So this is the best combo possible in this deck, right? So if you can go for this combo, you need to try and at least go for this combo, because this combo is absolutely insane. Gives you 7 interrupts, better into board breakers because you have Desiree, and it gives you optional guaranteed follow-up, which I do really like in this deck. Yeah, so that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next video will be on the new Master Duel cards that I just released, which is Fiendsmith. Fiendsmith did release a Master Duel, so I'm going to show you guys live to Fiendsmith deck in Master Duel and show you guys how to dominate Master Duel as well. So not only are we going to be dominating the TCG, we are going to be dominating Master Duel as well. I'm going to be doing more Master Duel content as well. So I hope you guys are excited for that. Subscribe if you don't want to miss out on that. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.